Okay, now hello and welcome back everyone. Today I'm Kevin from KevOKevMC, and what I have here is my Yashica Electro 35GX, which is essentially a successor for the Yashica Electro 35cc. This thing has a 40mm f1.7 lens and has a ton of fungi, as you shall see. Let's focus on this guy, see? Ton of fungi. Viewfinder also is full of fungi, and the back glass is also full of fungi. See? So let's make sure you can see it. Not sure if you can see, but it's full of fungi. Then as for what's wrong with this thing, the focus is stuck. Yeah, like all other Yashicas that I usually get, the focus is stuck, rock solid, doesn't move at all. Then this thing will not wind. See? So next, let us go and fix this guy. First of all, I think the fault is in the lens, because this thing is gummed up to this extent, essentially. If it's not the lens, then something to do with the shutter bit. It does go down, but it doesn't cock. I'm hoping that this thing has a faulty spring. Somebody put it wrong and like put it on an angle. If it's not that, then we're gonna have some more deep digging to do, yeah. So let's go. So first, let's take the top off, essentially. To take the top off, you just do this, pull it out. Then, like on all other analog cameras, you have this like fork. Put this thing in, do this, and like unscrew it. On these Yashicas, you sometimes have this ring washer. There you go, it's over there. Let's put this thing away. Next, you have this thing, which is gonna be held on by some locking ring like this, yeah. I think you can remove it with your thumb, see? There you go. So I've already watched the Japan vintage camera video about tearing these guys down. So I'm hoping that I can actually fix this, but I'm not really sure, because this is not a common issue. Let's take one of these cutters. Not cutters, I mean, what you call these things? Like, what you call this thing? Like a... that goes... oh wait, I think this is why. So you're not supposed to cock it this way, but so with this spacer, you have this thing, yeah. Okay, then under this thing, let's see if this thing will still turn. No, yeah. So let's open this guy up. This is pretty disgusting, as you can see from the dirt on there, yeah. Let's take a small screwdriver and use this to like spin the ring. Impossible. Let's see. Okay. Go. It's pretty disgusting though, yeah. So you don't really want to touch it if you don't have to. As for the top cover, this thing is... shit, it just fell out. What the heck? This thing just fell out. That's not supposed to happen. No way. Shit, man. And so this thing just falls out. Okay, nice. Then you have to be careful about the light meter cables, yeah. Let's put this thing on top of here. This is sort of an angle for some reason, yeah. Let's see. Then let's push this thing away. See, as I thought, this spring is bent. So let's find some place for this top cover to sit first, yeah. Put it over here on the AF600. Then let's try firing the shutter. Then once you fire it, let's see if I can actually cock the shutter. So let's push this in and use this lever to like cock it on, yeah. Still not winding though. This connects up with this. What does it hit? Let's see. Might be snagging somewhere on the bottom, honestly, yeah. So let's first clean the viewfinder, I think, because that'll be a good place to start. So let's take some Q-tip, yeah. This is really disgusting. So let's take this VF metal thingy off. So this must be an early GX because this thing's metal. The newer ones usually have plastic ones, I think, yeah. Now let's clean this thing up with some blower and some cleaning fluid. Although I don't really like to use a blower on these disgusting things because obviously you get a lot of like disgusting dust and stuff like that flying around. Put some cleaning fluid on this thing and wipe it off. That's disgusting, man. The heck? The absolute heck, man. That's in the viewfinder. Look at this. That's disgusting. It's black. What the hell, man? Gonna go scrape the sides. Oh shit. One of these hairs just fell inside. Okay. So next let's dry swab these bits. Let's blow it. Remember not to breathe in when you blow this thing because it's gonna just push dust everywhere essentially. Let's continue dry swapping. I mean this is wet now, yeah. So it's wet swapping now. Disgusting, man. The heck. Okay, next you wipe the insides of this glass. After that, wipe the inside of this. Oh no, you don't need that. Yeah? Okay. So next, let's push this thing back down. And sometimes this button goes out, so you gotta pry it up and then you push this bit down and it's in again, yeah? Okay. So next let's open the bottom bit up because I'm suspecting something in the bottom bit. So I can see the spring, which is the shutter spring, yeah? If we have this thing's right here. The shutter spring is also pretty much dead because it's bent. Then let us... Now this thing has a thing, see? So this is dented from shipping. What the fuck are these screws, man? They're like dead, absolutely dead. They're nothing but rust. Look at this. Redness, man. The heck? Let's try other screw. What the heck, man? This is like beyond saving, I think, but let's see. Let's try putting some I don't know, some acetone maybe, yeah? Let's take this stuff. Let's see how clean the VF is now. Still pretty foggy though, yeah? I think it's because it's pretty wet. Let's try and dry the VF out. With yet another Q-tip, yeah? Risking Q-tips for a better view. Let's do it. This cable just fell out also, yeah? So that's not on me. This film counter window just fell out also, which is also not on me. Fucking hell, man. I'm pretty sure the brown wire, which is over here, is soldered to this pad, and this is soldered to this pad. So hopefully that is clear enough. And let's see, what can I do? So it is clearly dead. Then this button should stay up while you push this top down, yeah? Okay. Next, let us see through the viewfinder. It's still pretty blurry, although it does work now, yeah? The rangefinder patch is working, although the focus is pretty much jammed in place, yeah? Next, let us see. Yeah, the bottom housing, yeah. Okay. Let us try some. It's pretty much fused with the metal, I think, yeah. But I shall still try, so. Let's put some brake cleaner in here. In here, okay. See how that thing made this thing black? That's like more or less a sulfur, I think, yeah. So that's gonna eat up all the dirt. Let's try torquing this thing again. That's not very good, yeah. Let's try WD-40. That's like the best last ditch effort thing, yeah, I can use. I have some, but I don't have the hose, so let's borrow the brake cleaner hose. Let's blow it out first. Okay, I just licked some brake cleaner, but that I think should be okay, because I think that's edible, yeah, hopefully. And let's spray some WD-40. One. There you go. Just a bit. We don't want it to go everywhere. Okay. Next, let us try and open the lens up, yeah. So wait. Okay, let's go back. So Next, let's try and open the lens up. Have this small prong and this small prong. It's gonna twist open. Let's use a plastic tool not to scrape the thing itself, yeah. I think this thing might be dented, although it doesn't seem like it, yeah. Let's see. Now let's see how well you can like push this thing along. Okay, I think it's not dented actually. So then for this front ring, you just unscrew this outer ring, yeah. Then you can hopefully handle it with hand, like with your fingers by hand. And then next, let's put the lens stuff on this side, yeah. So let's put this pen away. Then let's pull this light meter and thingy away. So this stop ring thingy goes along with this, and this thing interlocks with the aperture, I think. So this small hole right here, yeah, coincides with this thing, and this is your aperture lever, see, and that moves this thing which has these holes that coincide with the aperture. So after this, you go to here and you go to here. Let's put these like this, yeah, stack them. Okay, next we have the optical block, yeah, which we should remove if we want to go to the shutter. I mean the front of the shutter, yeah, not the back. The back is usually what controls everything, so maybe we'll have to go there to fix the whole thing. It came out! Such a surprise. Usually Yashicas are like pretty hard to open up, so I'm pretty proud that I actually opened this thing up first try. Shit. And as Japan vintage camera said, this thing has this like crust which you should like scrape off of the matte plastic, which I'm gonna do later, yeah. Cause that's gonna make some dust, and I don't want any dust on the thing itself. So let's see how it looks inside here. This is fucking rust, man. On the brass bit there's rust. What the heck? It's pretty bad actually, honestly. Shutter blades look pretty dry. The optic in the back, yeah. Let's see if I can try this thing up. I mean clean this thing up. Once I do that, let's see if I can like check for the insides. Oh shit, this thing looks pretty bad. Let's see if I can like squirt some lens fluid on it. More like cleaning fluid, not lens fluid. And like wipe the thing out. Hopefully it just buffs out. And I think it has, let's see. It hasn't. Might be on the inner element too, yeah, because I just only wipe the outside element, not the inside. The inside can be accessed by opening this bit, I think, and this bit. Next, let us see what's in here. So this has 3 screws. which then should hold in the front ring. 1, 2, and 3. Something to note is that the light meter cell should be on the top. So there's the hole on the top. They go here, yeah. This is obviously rust, yeah. This thing's been in water for some reason. Here you go, that's a shutter pit. This thing should pop off, I think. Let's see. There you go. That is pretty much disgusting, yeah. Now for that, you have this. And this is held in by some stuff. So let's see if I can take the stuff up. This is the clicker for the aperture, yeah. Then you have this whole shutter mechanism, so let's check it out, yeah. Shit, man, what the heck's wrong with the screw? This thing is pretty much water damaged, I think. So let's see how I can chip the shutter. There must be some way to chip the shutter from here. I think, you know, let's put some WD-40 on this thing and wait until everything settles up, and if everything actually comes out, I'm gonna come back with a video, yeah. Okay, hello everyone. So I found that on Japan Camera Hunter's video, I actually shot the shutter and held this thing down, yeah. So what I found is that you can actually open the shutter without shooting the thing itself from the back. You can just hold it like this with this little pin, push it forward essentially, hold it in, and I use this Q-tip to wipe the inside. Now it's clean. Let's continue the back bit of the optic, yeah. Let's now open this guy, which is impossible unless I screw this thing in. And let's go. Pull it back. Let's push this away. Then let's pull this open. Okay. Now this, yeah. This has some funky on the back. Let's clean this thing out, yeah. Some tissue, I think. First, let's wipe it. Still looks pretty dirty, yeah, so let's use this Q-tip. And most of the fungi is going away. I know that some is probably inside the optical group, so I'm gonna have to fiddle around with there. I mean, in there later, yeah. But mostly it's gonna come out. So let's see if I can stick my finger in there. That's actually pretty clean. So if you wanna see it, yeah, let's try and push this thing up like this, like stand it up for somehow, and hold this optic open while you see it, yeah. So just focus on the Yashica. Let's see if I can make you see it. So see, pretty clean lah, not bad. So I'd say let's wait for the WD-40 on the back of these, yeah, and also on here, so I can actually deactivate the shutter, I think, and hopefully either make this thing work or make it comfortable, yeah. So let me go charge the battery on the G7X, so it's gonna die. Okay, hello, welcome back. So what I've done in the meantime, yeah, is I just charged the G7X, yeah, and that's why I've come back in this state essentially. So I put some WD-40 into this thread. Hopefully I can take the lens apart because this thing has some fungi inside. The shutter, I've not found a workaround to the shutter, and I also haven't been able to like take these 3 screws out to disable the shutter if I actually want to convert it. So the point where I want to convert, or the want to convert, is now. So I'm gonna now take this lens bit apart. So what you do for the leatherette is just put a cutter under it and like slowly pry it open until it comes up and then pull it off, just to make sure it doesn't tear. So there you go. Now let's unscrew these things. Yeah, I have not opened this thing up, so I'm hoping, I've already tested the screws that they're not stuck and they're not stuck, so I'm gonna go check if I can actually unscrew them. I'm gonna test if I can actually take the lens out, because I've not taken the lens out. I've only tested the screws. So I know these screws for a fact are not very tight, so I can just unscrew them with one finger like this. Let's put them over here, yeah. Go. Now let's take some little plate. Yeah, I think, yeah. Let's see. So like a small cup. Put all of these screws in there. And this thing should just come off like other Yashicas, I think. Hopefully. Please don't say I have to take the bottom cover off, because this bottom cover is not coming off. That's why I'm scared of having to do that, yeah. Shit. Come on, come off. Dang it. This thing has these like notches. That thing actually holds the thing in, which is not a good thing, yeah. Come on. How thick is the metals actually? Okay. So if that's how thick it is, I think I should be able to like pull this thing out. But I'm not. So let's prise it out a bit. Pull it. Let's see. No, not coming out. At least now I can see how the shuttle looks. So it scrapes on this one plate. And I think this thing's electronic. That's why it's not firing. Which is pretty shit actually, I'll be honest, yeah. See. Honestly, I think I can see a firing lever, so let's try and fire the lever from here, yeah? With some long protruding object like this thing. Let's find it. There we go. So it's like this cylinder like other Yashicas, where you should just press it and it should fire the shuttle. Hopefully at least, yeah. I can't guarantee that. So let's find it. I think just pressed, but it didn't fire for some reason, yeah. Yeah, I think I obviously pressed it. And as for the cocking mechanism, it goes on there. I think it cocks from the bottom of this thing, not from the top, which is different to other Yashicas. Yeah, I think I'll have to pull the whole thing out. Oh, actually no, I think I can just like open this ring. Yeah. And then I can have the extra space for me to like pry this thing out. Let's see. No? It's still not coming out for some reason, which is bad. Bad. Heck. Let's put it to 1.2 again. So I'll have to take this thing out from the bottom essentially, because without opening the bottom up, it's impossible to open the front bit, which is not very good to be honest, yeah. Okay, so I think I'm gonna have to wait for some more WD-40 to like seep in, and then we can go, yeah. Okay, so hello and welcome back. So now I have this all done, and I've separated the lens from the body, yeah. So how I've done that is by drilling out the screw on the bottom, because that thing is pretty much stripped essentially, yeah, this rusty screw, so you can actually pivot it up. And here you have a spring which connects to this bit right here, yeah, the C-clip. So you unhook the spring and this thing just falls out. This thing is still screwed in because it's stuck. Honestly, yeah, I'm not gonna take that thing out because it's a bit harder to take out than I thought. Then as for this bit, I'm gonna take all the electronics out and everything else I don't need. I'm gonna take out. So let's continue, yeah, with the teardown. So this is the circuitry essentially, yeah. Let's take this thing off with some screws. I mean, let me show you. So this is the trigger mechanism essentially, and this little lever here pushes on this thing, which is currently not doing anything, yeah. So let's try and take this bit off. Oh, these screws are actually a bit easier to take out than I thought, so that's not bad. 3 screws are all, I think, yeah. All you need to take off. Okay, so my memory card just had an error, which is pretty odd, so let me continue again, yeah. So this is gonna go out like this. There you go. This is out. Now let's push this thing onto the side, yeah. So this has 2 optical groups. One here, see? 2 of them. And here they go. So this is how it looks inside of the lens itself, yeah. The aperture goes in there. This thing is like this. This is some thin metal, so you don't want to destroy this thing, yeah. As for the aperture, you have to the shutter you have to disable it from the front, which is gonna be pretty hard, but let's just see and try, yeah. So let's push this in. Now honestly, what you need is just like the 3 screws on these bits right here, yeah. So 1, 2 and 3 to come out, I think, yeah. Other than that, you should be okay with leaving the things in as they were. So let's go, yeah. This one is quite bad, but I think I can open it. See how stuck these things are. Yeah, okay, this is not coming out, so I need the helicoid, and I need it to be there essentially to work. This thing's stuck, but I think I can make it work if I do enough. So let's try and put some WD-40 on this thing. I'm gonna wait some time to hopefully see the screws loosen up essentially, yeah. That's what I want. So yeah, let me go pause the video first, and I'm gonna come back when I actually manage to take the screws out. Okay, hello everyone. So with the help of my vice grips, I've got the whole lens out, the helicoids out. So this thing's only held in by 3 screws, which are located like here, here and here. If you have a good lens, you only have to take those 3 screws out. If you don't, then like me, you have to take the whole thing out and like wobble the thing and like twist it every different direction you can until this whole thing comes out. Now I'm gonna wash the helicoid, which is pretty disgusting, full of WD-40. And yeah, next step is to do that. And after we do that, we're gonna assemble the lens back and hopefully clean the lens optical elements, and then 3D print a frame, a holder, which will then go onto a reverse ring maybe, and then go onto my a 6400 body, which is E mount. So yeah, this thing is not gonna go on an LTM or LM mount unless you have like an adapter that can take this helicoid essentially, which is pretty hard to make, I think. So yeah, let's try and do what I can and send it. Yeah, thank you and goodbye.